Hello, thank you for stopping by my channel. I hope you're having a great day. Today I wanted to explore the really common yoga movement called cat-cow. Cat-cow is a spinal flexion and extension movement. I'll show it to you right now so you know what we're talking about. So this is cat pose, looking down, and then cow pose is an arching of the spine. So we'll call this a curving or flexion of the spine, and this an arching or extension of the spine. So those are wonderful movements to get more mobility in your spine and to help you get more in touch with how your body moves and maybe doesn't move, how certain areas are a little stickier than others. And really wonderful to get the blood flow going in the joints in your spine and in the muscles around that area. Now, cat-cow is often a very gentle movement and is very appropriate for any level of yogi. I've been thinking about it a little bit more recently, being pregnant and teaching prenatal yoga. And the thought that I've been having is, do we cow or do we not cow? Because when we're pregnant, we get more weight on the front as baby grows, and it pulls us into more of an arch or extension of your spine, which is natural. That's fine. It happens as things go along. Where we come into an issue is if that becomes painful. And for some women, it does become painful or quite a strain and fatiguing movement on the low back. So it is something to think about and to be mindful of. So a way to approach it is by starting in a neutral spine. And if you're pregnant, hugging your baby in a bit. This is actually very applicable to people who are not pregnant but have ongoing low back pain that's made worse by extension. And those people usually have pain more when they stand for long periods or when they bend backwards, or if they find they're not standing in good posture and their hips are swaying forward, then that can increase low back pain in that spot. So not just for pregnant women, this is actually applicable to a lot of different people. So you can start in a neutral spine, activate your low belly, just finding a little connection there, round, and think about rounding more in your low back. Because when you look at the natural curves of the spine, I have a bit of a straight spine, so it's not the greatest example, but this upper spine, the thoracic spine, naturally flexes. It naturally goes this direction, whereas the lumbar spine naturally extends or arches. It goes the other direction, and that's normal. That is expected, and there's nothing wrong with that when our spines do that. But sometimes encouraging the opposite of what the body part wants to do is where we get into the juice and the really good stretching and good mobility. So when you round, really thinking about rounding this part of the spine, you can see the upper back really likes to round. That's easy. It's rounding this that's a little more tricky. And then conversely, coming into the cow pose, thinking a little bit more about extending through the upper back and a little bit less about extending through the lower back. So really thinking about when you're coming into the cow, instead of a big drop of the belly button, especially if you're a really flexible person in your low back, more thinking about drawing the shoulder blades together, chest coming forward, and focusing on the upper back here. Now, if you're one of those people who does have pain, or you're pregnant and you're starting to really show, and you know it's pulling on your low back, I am recommending a cat to neutral and a breath, and then a cat and then to neutral. So you're still getting really good spinal mobility, but you're not pushing it in a direction that's going to make your spine cranky. You could also, if you really want to play with your body awareness, just think about doing extension only through the upper back. So you could do that through drawing the shoulder blades together and bringing the chest proud and forward as if it's looking through your arms here, and using your core to keep the low back stable. So that becomes a little more nuanced, but a really wonderful way to get in touch with how your body moves and to work with the mechanics of your body. So if you have any questions about cat-cow, you can leave them in the comments below or send me a message. I would love to discuss this further. And if you like this video, you can hit like, that way it's easier to watch it again later. And have a great rest of your day. We will see you soon.